friends, and welcome back to the Vegan Cordon Bleu. Today we're going to be making Gateau Invisible Aux Pommes, or invisible apple cake. This cake is a super easy cake that is made with only very basic pantry staple, no technical skills, no fancy equipment, just some apples and a few other ingredients. It is also the perfect cake if you want to adopt the French way of life, which involves eating cake all year round, but you feel like you've had too much to eat in December, and so you probably shouldn't be eating cake in January. Obviously, you should be eating cake in January, but this cake is almost as healthy as just eating an apple. So, without further ado, let's make our Gateau Invisible Aux Pommes. Our ingredients, the measurements will be in the description: sugar, milk, water, butter, flour, cornstarch, baking powder, salt, and some apples. Here I have 6 of them. I expect I'll likely only use 4 of them for the size of my pan. First, let's start by making our batter. I'm going to be using my blender. You don't actually need one. I just find it easier to pour the batter out of this little thing. So this is why I'm not mixing it by hand today, but really you could be mixing it by hand. If you do, just make sure that you melt your butter in the microwave first or somehow. So, water, sugar, milk, butter. Oh, it's already very melty. Baking powder. Flour, cornstarch, and a pinch of salt. Make sure to turn on your oven to 375 at this point and to butter our pan well. Today I'm also going to be adding some parchment paper to make sure the cake comes out all nice. I've had success making the cake without the parchment paper, but we're doing this on camera today, and I want to make sure everything happens smoothly, so we're adding some parchment paper like this. Time to prepare your apples. I'm going to start with 3 apples, and then I'm going to see how they fit into my pan. I encourage you to do the same, otherwise you're just going to be eating apples. So we're going to be peeling the apples and then cutting them in very thin slices. These are still some apples from the farmer's markets. This is very nice. If you have a mandolin, you can definitely use a mandolin. I don't, so we're doing this with a knife. Okay, now we're going to be cutting our apples very thinly. This is why a mandolin would come in handy if you had one. Okay, we're going to see how this fits into our pan. So start lining your apples. As you can see, this is not going to be enough apple, so we're going to do a fourth one. And we're picking back up where we left off. Voila, we've put our apples in the pan. At this point, there should be a shot of me slowly and evenly pouring the batter all over the cake, but I did not hit record. Here is our cake after 70 minutes in the oven. We're gonna let it cool, and we'll only try to take it out of the pan in 2 hours. Time to take our cake out of the pan. And here's a look at the inside of your cake. Millions of layers of apples.